Hi Taurus, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-September 2024 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridge the Gap spread. And the way it works is we look at the past, present, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we pull some more cards as well for some additional insight. That's where the Bridge the Gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel it's a way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so fold out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Six of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here, and to me this says for a lot of you most likely reconnected with this person, so you probably had a history with them already, and spent some time apart from them. I feel like this is saying that through spending some time apart, you might have actually learned to appreciate each other a little bit more, and you might have come back together with this person. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Devil. So if we look at the artwork for this particular deck, what always stands out to me here is we see the spotlight coming down. So this could just be saying that maybe that was their thing, right? Maybe they just really were addicted to getting attention, right? So of course, maybe from you, but maybe from others as well, right? So that could have been part of what was causing issues in the connection, where they might have just felt like, so for example, even if it's not getting attention from other people, they just might not have reciprocated, right? So if you were giving them a lot of compliments, let's say, they might have just been taking them in and not really reciprocating in any way. So it could have been a dynamic like that. But at the same time, you might have felt yourself really drawn to the person nonetheless. All right, present energy on your side, we have the Nine of Cups. So yeah, to me this is that now you most likely just started focusing more on your own goals, with the thought that maybe the relationship with this person isn't as important, right? So you could have shifted your focus to just working on your own goals and working on your own happiness. All right, present energy on their side, we have the Three of Swords. So yeah, so what this says to me, especially with this artwork, it's pretty dramatic, right? So I feel like what this could be saying is that with them seeing you maybe more focused on your own goals, they might take that as maybe you have someone else in the picture, right? So again, building off what we were saying in the past, where they just might like getting a lot of attention. So if you withdraw because you're just focusing on your own thing, they might assume the worst, and that like, oh, Taurus must be seeing someone else, right? So there could be this jealous side that they have that comes to the surface in these scenarios. All right, future energy on your side, we have the Five of Staves. So yeah, this is a Leo energy here, and it could just be saying that maybe you, again, because I feel like this is saying you're putting less weight on the connection. So I feel like this is saying that you might actually see their more toxic traits, like we said, maybe wanting a lot of attention, and if you pull away to do your own thing, they might assume that you have other people in the picture. So I feel like this is saying that in the future you might actually play off of that a little bit, just seemingly for doing it out of fun. But of course, it could just backfire because it seems like that's that person's mentality, right? So I feel like it's one of those things where you're taking a more carefree attitude toward the connection, right? You're in more of a take it or leave it type of energy. So now, maybe in the past, where you might have gone out of your way to reassure them that no, that's not what's happening, now you might actually almost play around with that energy just to get a rise out of them. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, to me this shows that they actually will want to show up in a more practical way and actually put more effort toward the connection with you. So it could just be one of those things too, where maybe another way I could see the Five of Staves playing out on your side is, let's say if they do come in with this energy all of a sudden, and because you've known them to be, like we said, maybe wanting the spotlight on them, having this jealous streak within them, and if they show up all practical all of a sudden and wanting to give their best, you might have some suspicion around that, right? So you're like, whoa, what's going on here? So that might throw you for a bit of a loop too. So that's another way I can see the Five of Staves energy playing out. But yeah, for the majority of you, it looks like they will be making a legitimate effort to show up in the connection in a practical way in the future. All right, Bottom of the deck on your side, we have Judgment. So yeah, to me, this is another indicator that you guys definitely have a history with this person. Um, could just be saying that they might be coming back into the picture. So, I mean, really, we're just wrapping up the post-shadow period of Mercury retrograde, so we won't really have to worry about that for another couple of months. But maybe with the eclipse season coming into play, that could be part of what's bringing the situation back up to the forefront. But definitely looks like this is someone you've had history with for sure. All right, and bottom of the deck on their side, we have the moon. So yeah, like I said, speaking of the eclipse energies, it could just be one of those things where maybe they might be learning some lessons through this connection, and in the process of doing so, they might start to see the best in the connection and actually want to show up in a more practical way and give more effort to the connection, which is fitting given that we do see the Justice card beneath this as well. So yeah, I feel like this is one of those things where it might throw you for a bit of a loop to see them show up in this way, but it looks like there is going to be some kind of change that they're going through that's going to make them want to show up in a more practical way in the connection. All right, so we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the messages. I'll have Oracle card deck here. I'm just going to give this a few shuffles, and if I get a jumper, we'll take it, but if not, we'll just put the deck down and pull a card that way. Alright, so I'll just put the deck down, and we'll actually just cut the deck and pull a card that way. Alright, well, that one started moving, so we'll take that. Let me get this out of the way. And next we'll pull a card from Wisdom Oracle deck, same situation, we'll give it a few shuffles, and if a jumper comes out, we'll take it. If not, we'll cut the deck the way we did with the other one. And then we'll read the messages from both cards and wrap the reading up with that. Almost have one there. Alright, so same thing. We'll just cut the deck, pull a card that way. Alright, we'll take this one. Let me get this out of the way. And we'll read the messages of love card first. Alright, we have integrity. It says, does this situation align with your values and morals? So interesting there, right? Because I could see that message resonating with both sides of the spread, but more so in the past to the present for this person, right? So like I said, if they come to a realization of what I was talking about, that okay, maybe they have these toxic traits, right? Of they want the spotlight on them all the time, they want all the attention. If you pull away, they assume the worst, they get the jealous streak, stuff like that, right? They could be reevaluating that kind of behavior. And then, like I said, that could be why it throws you for a loop where you're a little bit surprised that, whoa, okay, where did this come from the person? And then on your side, I could see that, like I said, where it seems like you shift more focus to yourselves. And then I said with that Five of Staves energy, for some of you might actually know, like, okay, these are this person's weak points, and you might try to play off of that just to get a little bit of a rise out of them. So maybe that's one of those things where you might look back on that and say, okay, was that the right thing to do there? So that's what I see with that. And then from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Y. There's the artwork. The number is 31. And we'll see what this has to say. All right, the relationship message says we don't always know why we engage in our relationships in the way we do, mostly because our feelings aren't always logical. Now is the time to recognize whether you are being triggered by someone else or if your behavior is motivated by unresolved issues in the past. When you ask yourself, why am I feeling like this, and why did I say that, and spend some time in introspection, the answers may be surprising. Listen to the messages from your intuition, from the knowing deep within you. What does it tell you about yourself and others? In the end, life is all about being loved. Miracles and a deep understanding of your needs and how to get them met are the buried treasure of the why. Uncover them by posing the most powerful question you can ask yourself and your partner today. Why? So yeah, like I said, I could see how that message also would resonate with both energies. Where like I said, oh, it's like this person's going through a bit of a growth process, and then might show up in a way that surprises you. And like I said, whereas for you, you might have this moment. Seems like a brief blip on the radar with the five of staves. It's not like a major arcana or something, but where you might, almost play off of their toxic tendencies of the past for fun, and then you might look back on that and wonder why you showed up in that way in the moment. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. I'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.